Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Abishai Bashim Bakakudash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the confusion of faith joined unto our ranks, the hopeful elect, the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson, and this is going to be a lesson with the milk scriptures. But remember, you can drown them with milk. Today's date is actually July the 3rd. It's going to be the 4th in a couple hours. Well, in about 4 or 5 hours, well, according to Esau anyway. Actually, we just started the Shabbat, so we're actually going into the it's the new day already. So, but anyway, all that aside, this is a short video with Professor Griff and Nick Cannon, and it was filmed on Monday, July the 1st, 2019. Letting you know that now these celebrities, B-level celebrities, because I wouldn't call Professor Griff or Nick Cannon A-level celebrity. They're both kind of like B-levels. Nick's kind of like in between. He's kind of mainstream, but he's not. And the more he has topics like this, the less unpopular he's going to become. Kind of like rappers who started rapping about their Hebrew heritage, etc., how they kind of fell off and, get pushed out of the limelight. You had like Lauryn Hill, the rapper Chingy, when he made that King Judah, he went from, I like it when you do that right there, he went from that to talking about King Judah, coming off a spaceship, getting onto chariots and stuff. That King Judah song, which was, hey, I love the song. I could hear it once a day, it wouldn't bother me at all. But the point is that these guys, the Lord didn't give it to them. That's why they don't have true understanding. The Lord wanted nobodies. All right, Professor Griff, Nick Cannon, things that they're talking about, the apostles and the elders were talking about 30, 40 years ago. The things that Farrakhan, all you have to do is go back and watch some old, Great Millstone videos from going back 10 years ago or so, and and you could clearly see that he's been watching the videos just by the verbiage that he uses. All right, he don't really understand the Bible like that. Believe me, all these great so-called leaders, they watch the men of Great Millstone, including these Edomite Christians, and they're getting breakdowns and from us. They're talking about things that they've never talked about. I hear church people talking about things that they never talked about, and I was in those churches all my life. From the Christian, from the Jehovah's Witness to the Catholic Church, to the non-denominational, apostolic, all that stuff. And they never go into prophecies. And the things that they're talking about now in this day and age, they didn't talk about those things. So you better believe they're watching the Hebrew Israelites. But it's prophesied. Let's get Revelation 19:10 real quick, and then we're just going to bombard you with these scriptures, and we'll play this short video. It's a very short video, but there's a lot said in a very short span of time. But this is Revelation 19 and 20. Nope, not 19. 19 and 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant and of thy brethren, that have the testimony of Yahushai. Worship power, for the testimony of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. And we're prophesying, and we've been prophesying, right? And so Professor X, Nick Cannon, Louis Farrakhan, all of a sudden they jump on the Hebrew bandwagon, the Israelite bandwagon, but you can't be a Mason, you can't be a Morse, a Moorish science, you can't be a Muslim and yet claim your Hebrew heritage, because the Hebrew Israelites is your heritage, and those other things are religions which go against your heritage. So these guys are really amateurs when it comes to the understanding of the Hebrew Israelites. Why would you go to a Muslim who wears a bald face, who obeys not the laws, nor understand, who has a bald face and a bald head, and learn from him about your Hebrew Israelite heritage, even though he's admitting that he knows he's a Hebrew Israelite? All right, let's get this is Deuteronomy 30:1. And it reads, and it shall come to pass when all these things come upon thee, meaning the curses, all right, and the blessings, all right, the blessing and the curse which I have set before thee, thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither Yahweh thy power have driven thee. So we got scattered among the nations. And see, that's another thing. The people like the guys we're about to listen to, they're on this black, black, black thing. We got scattered among the nations and intermingled. Some of our people do not look so-called black anymore. That's called the confusion of face. And if you deny that, then you're denying your Hebrew heritage. You're denying the truth. All of the Israelites are not going to look so-called black. Some of them are even going to look like so-called white people. There are plenty of evidences of that which people just love to ignore or pretend like it didn't happen. Not to mention that there are a lot of tares among the dark Israelites, because a lot of Edomite men, all right, millions of Israelite women were raped over hundreds of years by these Edomites and planted their seeds in our women. And these children came out with melanin and dark complexion, but they are the seed of the wicked. They never want to acknowledge it the other way around. Just because you're dark does not make you an Israelite. All right? And just because you're dark don't make you the same people. All the nations were dark except for Esau, Edom. All right? And the other nations were dark, even including Ammon and Moab, the so-called Asians. But yet they aren't our people. All right? Let's get another quick scripture. This is Isaiah 34:8. It reads, For it is the day of Yahweh's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion. Now, granted, what Professor Griff says in this video and Nick Cannon is very, very important. Serious matters. Because there is a controversy, because we are waking up. It said that if we would remember ourselves. Let's get that and then we'll let the video play. Because it is a controversy, because we're now reclaiming our heritage according to his prophecy said it would happen. So any people claiming that they've been the Israelites all along don't fit the prophecy. Because they're going to go into the scriptures to prove all that. Because the Israelites were stripped of their heritage. All right? This is 2nd Ezra. Matter of fact, we're gonna hold up on that one. May not even read that one, but let's go ahead and let this short commentary play between these two Israelite men.
Honorable Minister Farrakhan being silenced on Facebook and other platforms because they attempted to silence Minister Farrakhan.
Now, mind you, Minister Farrakhan is a distraction from the men of the Great Millstone. All right, from the other Israelite camps out there, you know, the Sikaris and the DTAs and the Men of Valor, you know, the HOIs and you know, and all the other camps, even ISUPK. All right, these guys are pushing that Israelite thing, and Farrakhan is a distraction. Farrakhan is a Muslim. Look at Professor Griff. He has a bald face and a bald head, but yet he's claiming he's a Hebrew. So he really doesn't know that much about the Hebrews after all. All right? So let's go ahead now, without interruption, let it play. It's only a minute and a few seconds.
With the Honorable Minister Farrakhan being silenced on Facebook and other platforms because they attempted to silence Minister Farrakhan right now, and they did the exact same thing to you. If the true children of Israel
are black people,
why is it such a problem to speak the truth?
It became a problem for us because of the propaganda machine.
Notice the scripture.
But it's more of a problem for them. They've taken our birthright.
They don't want us to be them.
They don't want us to be us.
Now that was very, very powerful. Because they don't want us to be us. They want us to be the false narrative. Look, as you can see, they're both prophesying with their heads covered. They're going off right there. And they're both wearing black. But you can physically and visually see their skin is brown. So, what did Nick Cannon say? Black people. Alright? Nick Cannon is brown. So is Professor Griff. And so were the Israelites. Alright? Black is a byword. Just like white is a byword. White was something that they prescribed unto themselves in the year of 1681 in the state of Virginia. That's factual history. If anyone wants to question that, just can look up the studies of Dr. Jacqueline Badalora, Theodore Allen, and Dr. Robin DiAngelo. And they'll give you the historical facts of when it was written into law, a new form of humanity referred to as white people. So when these Edomites prescribed that unto themselves, they prescribed black unto the Israelites, which means, without understanding, darkness, evil, bad. And black is everything that's bad when you look up the definition. All right? But as you can clearly see, these men are brown complected, wearing black, and no one is the color of Professor Griff's hat or his shirt. No one on the face of the planet.
I want you wrapping your head.
Right.
You understand?
Even though we are the true Hebrews.
Exactly. So we can't even tell the truth now. Not on record, not on television shows.
If that's truly our birthright, there's no hate involved.
So there's no hate when you're telling the truth. But see, when you start speaking the truth, you become an anti-Semitic. When you start saying that they're not the Israelites, all of a sudden that S word comes out. Or that A word, anti-Semitic. And remember, Sem is a made-up word. There was no nation of Sem. The man's name was Shem. It was Shemitic. And there were 8 Shemitic races. Not just one. Facts. Look it up.
It's not.
How did this message get so misconstrued?
When we came back to claim it. If you steal my bicycle when we were 6 years old, and you riding around the hood with my bike, right. And now I'm 12, and I understand.
I want my bike back.
I want my bike.
Right. And when we're reclaiming our heritage, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going on. We're reclaiming our heritage, and that's simply what it is. And these Edomites cannot handle that. And he put Flash Baruch on the screen. I'm gonna go ahead and get that because that's one of my favorite scriptures. Because that's prophecy. You got people like Benjamin Netanyahu, not a Jew, over there in the land of Israel, constantly getting on television talking about birthright and heritage and our land, knowing that he's a convert, knowing that you have the rabbi. I just did the video a week ago, not even a week ago, of what was his name? Rabbi Yaakov Shapiro, I believe, who just came right out and said being Jewish is not is a religion. It's not an ethnicity or a heritage or a people or a race. It's a religion. All right? But this is Baruch 2:30, and it says, "For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people, but in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves." So remember, the first scripture we read is that we read Deuteronomy 30:1, that we would think upon the blessings and the curses in the lands and among the heathen where we got scattered to. And now you have this mass Israelite awakening. And this is really bothering Esau Edom, because Esau Edom understands that our awakening it ends the controversy, that controversy of Zion. All right, let's get Hebrews 6 and 10. I'm just going to rattle off some scriptures now. And then we'll let this short video play again. This is Hebrews 6 and verse 10, and it reads, "For God is not unrighteous to forget your work and your labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that he have ministered to the saints and do minister." So the saints are who? The Israelites. And who's doing the work? Who's going on the highways and byways teaching the people that they're the Israelites? It surely isn't Professor Griff or Louis Farrakhan. It's the men of the Great Millstone and the other Israelite camps. That's who's doing this. All right? Why? So that we can be exempt from that judgment and to wake up the elect. You know, it clearly said, let's get, matter of fact, in Zechariah, the 13th chapter, it talks about how 2/3 of our people are going to be cut off and die. Matter of fact, this is Zechariah 13 and 8. All right, and it reads, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. And they shall call upon my name, and I will hear them. And I will say, it is my people. And they shall say, Yahweh is my power." All right. So we're going to get tried. How do you try silver and gold? Through fire, through heat. That means we got to go through hell to get to heaven. You know, one of my old training partners, one of my fight partners, man, used to say that all the time. He used to always say that we got to go through hell to get to heaven when we were preparing for matches and stuff like that. And it's true, man. Anything that's worth having, you got to suffer your way through it. You know? And that's just how it goes. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 17th chapter. And the 4th verse, and it says, "And thou," the Lord is talking to Jeremiah, who was an Israelite, "and thou even thyself shalt discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever," which meant a long time. And we've been on the bottom for a long time, and under the foot of our enemies, all the places where we were scattered to. Right? Which we got scattered to the 4 corners of the earth. All right? Mainly, though, to America and South America. That's where the biggest portion of all the Israelites are. And America is the place where all the tribes are at one place. It's the biggest place was going to have all tribes. All right? Because there's still a lot of Israelites in Europe. And quite a few still in Africa, too. So we're all over the place, man. Like the scripture said, we're of the sands of the sea. We can't be counted, man. Let's go to the book of Exodus 3 and 15. And it reads, "And Yahweh said moreover unto Moses, Thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the sons of Israel, Yahweh, power of your fathers, the power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob, have sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations." And we have the name back. That drives them crazy too. They get angry because we've learned through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, we've learned to read, write, and understand the ancient Hebrew, not the modified Yiddish-based Hebrew that they speak now. All right, it's not even Hebrew; it's a bastardized language. It's written with Hebrew characters, but they're speaking German and Yiddish, and and other languages, Slavic languages. But it's written with Hebrew characters, so it looks legitimate to the world who's ignorant of that fact. All right, but this is Hosea. No, not Hosea. Yeah, Hosea. Wrap this up. Slovakia. Hosea was ducking and dodging me. Here we go. This is Hosea 1 and 10. And it reads, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea." So remember, man, so-called black people are a minority. So how can blacks only be, well, at least they call us that. But looking at our numbers, how could we be as the sand of the sea? You have to add the other tribes in, which are the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, and then, of course, the scattered confusion of face, are unnumbered, innumerable people that are mixed in among all the heathen around the world. The Lord said the prophecy says he's going to gather them from among the heathen. All right? So our people that look like the other heathen are going to be gathered from among them. Thus saith the Lord. But this is Hosea 1 and 10, and it reads, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, because you're called Puerto Rican and Mexican and Negroes, natives, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, Haitians, Dominicans, were called by all these names except the Hebrew Israelites. There it shall be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living power."
With the Honorable Minister Farrakhan being silenced on Facebook and other platforms because they attempted to silence Minister Farrakhan right now, and they did the exact same thing to you. If the true children of Israel
are black people,
why is it such a problem to speak the truth?
It became a problem for us because of the propaganda machine. But it's more of a problem for them. They've taken our birthright.
They don't want us to be them.
They don't want us to be us. They don't want you wrapping your head.
Right.
You understand?
Even though we are the true Hebrews.
Exactly. So we can't even tell the truth now. Not on record, not on television shows.
If that's truly our birthright, there's no hate involved. It's not. How did this message get so misconstrued?
When we came back to claim it. If you steal my bicycle when we were 6 years old, and you riding around the hood with my bike, and now I'm 12, and I understand.
I want my bike back.
I want my bike back.